Since hot photographers don't gatekeep, I'm gonna be showing you how I edited this photo right here from this raw image right here. For those of you that don't know me, hi, my name is Amanda. I'm a photographer and I post a lot of editing tutorials, tips, and tricks on my TikTok and my Instagram. For today's video, I'm going to be showing you that you do not need to book a studio to get a photo like this. Disclaimer, whenever I do these, I am re-editing these photos, so they might not look exactly the same as the original, but you get the point. First things first, as of course, I will be throwing this into Lightroom. I am going to be editing this in Photoshop first. So once I put this into Photoshop, I am going to be making an inverse selection of my subject, and then I'm going to be using generative fill to create that background. I believe the last time I think I said winter sky background. Okay, I feel like this is as close as I'm going to get to the original image. It doesn't exactly matter what the background looks like because I'm going to be blurring it so you can't really tell. So I'm going to merge the layers, then I'm going to Command C, Command V so I can copy the image, and I'll be adding a motion blur. I think that's pretty solid. I'll keep it right there actually. Then I'm going to be zooming in, and basically all I really want to have in focus is like her eyes and the jacket, of course. And when I use the eraser tool, I usually have the opacity pretty low, like 50%-ish. That looks pretty accurate to how I had it, so I'm gonna do File, Save, and then that's gonna send it back into Lightroom for me. Okay, first things first, I am going to be cropping in on my image. Since this is a advertisement for the hoodie, I'm gonna have the focus be a little bit more on the hoodie rather than the subject. Then I'm going to be correcting the skin tone. So I'm gonna cool it down just a little bit, and then I'm going to add some contrast, clarity, a little bit of dehaze, and then turning up those highlights. Okay. Then I will be adding my Lightroom preset. For this one, I believe I used PE01. It's a little bit too pink, so I'm gonna be just adjusting that a little bit with the tint slider. I'm gonna make it a little more green, and then I will add a little bit more of a cooler temperature. That looks pretty solid. Since I really want the hoodie to really pop off, I'm gonna be grabbing a mask of the rhinestones as well as her little bling on her earring. So then I'm gonna be turning up the highlights and the whites to really make that pop. I also noticed if you turn up the clarity and then down on the dehaze a little bit, it also like adds a pretty nice glow effect. Then I will be doing the adaptive portrait, enhanced portrait. Usually I feel like this is really solid. Sometimes I don't love what it does to the eyes, so I'll probably remove that part, but other than that, I feel like that looks pretty good. Then I'm going to be making some final adjustments just to make it a little bit more crisp by messing with the clarity, a little bit on the dehaze and the texture. I want to add a little bit more contrast. So I am going to grab a mask of just like the outside of her face and add a little bit more of the contrast and clarity, and then I'm gonna turn down the highlights just a little bit on her face. Okay, I think this is pretty much as close as I'm gonna get to the original image. This is the original image right here. Just because the background didn't generate the exact same, I don't think it's going to look the exact same, but you get the gist of it. Thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for more editing tutorials. Bye!